The purpose of this process is to help us to connect in a way that makes natural giving possible. Natural giving possible. What do I mean by natural giving? Let me do you a song to make it clear what I mean by natural giving. I never feel more given to than when you take from me. When you understand the joy I feel caring for you, and you know my giving isn't done to put you in my debt, but because I want to live the love I feel for you. To receive with grace may be the greatest giving. There's no way that I can separate the two. When you give to me, I give you my receiving. And when you take from me, I feel so given to.
I always, it's very delightful to see people learning and discovering in ways.
Oh yes, it's a discovery.
It's a real discovery for everyone because there is nothing to learn. It's a discovery. It's always there.
It's a reminder.
Reminder. As Marshall said, this is not a new language. It's a language that you have forgotten.
Oh yes.
So you have learned in VC Germany.
Yes, yes. And how significant was it for me to listen to Marshall sing the song of giving and receiving, and the stories he told about his own transformation through the tools that NVC brings along. And when I got back and started my classroom, my space called Perfect Life Spot, which is now our space with a lot of contributors, teachers, students, and amazing individuals around, it was such a restorative circle of connection to be in a space where everyone feels accepted, valued, and included. And it would be a beautiful gift if you could share some of your remembrance or anecdotes, teachings.
Yeah, because it's the way that I met Marshall itself is life meeting me. Because I was in the middle of the violence in Sri Lanka. And when one of my friends with whom I was working was killed, for me to come, just open the door and find him in a pool of blood was shocking. And I just, after that, just for my safety and for my peace, I left my country to continue my studies. I was doing a PhD in communication in Ohio State University. At that time, I was trying to see what is the learning that I could take back home. And suddenly one day, an old friend of mine, she called me and said, I am working with a man who is working on communication, and I see that you are studying communication. Would you like to meet him? I was invited for Marshall's workshop, and immediately it struck me, this is something that I can take back to a war-torn country like in Sri Lanka. So Marshall was very helpful, very responsive, and he was open, he was traveling, he was living in his suitcase because he was traveling to all these war-torn countries, difficult, dangerous places, because he had some very beautiful message to share. And when he heard that I'm from Sri Lanka, he wanted to come. And I wanted him to come and bring this gift. And in one of the workshops, I told him that I would like him to come. And he said, well, as soon as I can find the money, I will come. And immediately one of the participants right away wrote a check for $8,000. And he packed his suitcase and came back with me from Sri Lanka.
It was a spontaneous move.
Spontaneous. It is not my design, it is life's own design. When we do not do violence of trying to fulfill our ambitions, then life within finds its own way to express itself. So when he came, he spent time with my children in the home. He was very delighted to come, and I was able to bring him twice to Sri Lanka and do the trainings. And then he wanted me to coordinate in Asia, so I did bring it to India in 2004. I brought the first IIT in Bangalore. Yes, Marshall has been a very close friend to me because he was so keen on bringing peace to our country, and he was always ready to help us. We miss him very much because he always embodied this whole process, and it was so close to him.
It's almost like the doing happened from the being.
That is true. Yes.
And it seems like there's no struggle in that. There's an organic flow in that.
It is organic. The struggle is always what we make. What we make is the struggle.
Which is only possible when one tunes into one's needs and feelings.
One finds one's own harmony within.
Yes.
Okay.
And so inner peace is a prerequisite for social peace, world peace. Is any amusing anecdote that you remember from Marshall?
Yeah, well, driving him around in Sri Lanka and him watching these elephants. Sometimes they take elephants in a truck, and then to go in the middle of the street and then to see an elephant was, for him, was it was, he was like a child. He was so open and so delightful.
Very playful also.
Yes. And as Marshall says, do not do anything that is not play. Everything that you do need to be a play. Even your work, if it is not play, don't work.
Yeah.
Then only you really, because life is joy.
It's such a powerful reminder that I'm here for joy, and it is possible only if I'm playful about the events outside and the events inside.
Yes. When you connect to the flow of life, you're always in joy. You're always in harmony. And whatever you do, connecting, always staying in connection, it's always play.
It's almost like breath, staying in connection to the flow of the in-breath and the out-breath.
That's correct. Breath expresses life.
So I invite all of you, out of curiosity, to just YouTube NonViolent Communication and discover a language that you already know, a part of you already knows it, and it will connect. Thank you for this remembrance.